Bet Online is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports contests and events with first-to-market odds and lines. Now, find reviews and news for every league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. Bet Online continues to be the top online resource for all sports information, from live in-game betting props and futures. Head to Bet Online today or use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Now, use our promo code BLEAV50 to receive your 50%. Welcome your bonus on your first deposit. Now, Bet Online is where the game starts.
I'm muted. My bad, guys. Welcome to Believe in Bills. Of course, we got another great episode for you guys. Mookie just hopped out. I'm not sure what happened, but he hopped out the chat. But we got the pregame show for you guys today. Of course, I'm Justice General, fan base producer, and there he is. We got Mookie Hawkins in the building, of course. WUFO 96.5 beat writer, sports director. What's going on, Mook? How you feeling today? It's game day, baby.
Man, it's game day. I'm in my car. I'm just finishing up practice because we have a game Thursday night. So, hey, I'm right now, I'm getting to my destination, the big rock party down on Chippewa with the mayor and everybody. So I'm getting down there right now.
I think we lost him. All right, guys, but of course is of course it's week one, and Bills are taking on a division rival in the New York Jets. We're going to be in New York. It's obviously a really, really big deal. You there, Mook?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, I'm sorry. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into it. You know what I'm saying? What's the key matchup you're looking forward to tonight? Obviously, you got the quarterbacks, Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers. 2 years ago, they were undisputably two of the top 3 quarterbacks in this league. Last year, Rodgers had a kind of a down year, and Josh, I mean, he didn't really have a down year, but they finished in the playoffs really badly. So people just thought that he regressed off the strength of that, really. But 2 really good quarterbacks. What's your thoughts on this matchup and them going head to head?
Well, I mean, the matchup head to head, I mean, obviously it is what it is. Aaron Rodgers being, one of the greatest players right now in this era, definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer. But, hey, Josh Allen is the guy that's up and coming, on the rise. I mean, hey, Aaron Rodgers is now, 39 years old. So I get the Green Bay situation with how his play was, but we're going to see, has Father Time, has age really kicked in, on Aaron Rodgers this year with a new team and, a new system. Well, I can't say new system, same system with Hackett, but, obviously new team, new players. We want to see how much rhythm and timing that he's going to have, being out there with the first time with them. So I do expect to see Aaron Rodgers' age show just a little bit. I mean, just a little bit. I'm expecting that age to show, and the Bills need to exploit that. On the flip side of that coin, I want to see right offhand how this 12 personnel is going to be with Dalton Kincaid in it right away. How effective can Josh Allen, diagnose the Jets defense and pre-snap with this new scheme? So, those are some of the things I'm going to be looking at, especially from a Josh Allen versus Aaron Rodgers perspective. So, that's going to tell me a lot. And then obviously, how will the Bills be able to give Josh Allen some balance with the run game to help the passing game? I mean, obviously, if you're going 12 personnel with a 2 tight end setup, that's letting me know that they're going to run the ball a little bit more than what they are used to doing last year. So I'm expecting to see, how effective and efficient that the Bills are going to run out of this 12 personnel to help open up the passing game in those lanes with the play action and exposing
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, we keep popping in and out. It must be close to game time because everybody's signal is getting kind of crazy right now,
Yeah.
So I'm downtown right now and they got everything blocked off. So we trying to give y'all a quick scoop on what's going on. It looks like as far as inactives, it's always been reports already that DeMar Hamlin will be a healthy scratch. Quite
Yep. DeMar Hamlin will be a healthy scratch. Thank you to Spin. He just got
for
the
the Bills
inactives
putting him
for
out
us.
there.
Kyer Elam is going to be his scratch. Interesting. Kingsley Jonathan, Jermaine Afedi.
Germany and
And
felony. That's a new lineman. That hasn't been quite caught up to speed. Is Kursky? What's the status on Kersey? The linebacker.
he's not inactive. Alec Anderson is the last inactive. But hold on. Kyer Elam is inactive. Why is that?
Yes. Well, hey, they loaded at the corner spot, so maybe they don't need him, or I don't know what's going on with that. I have to speak with Kyer. But I'm guessing that how the Bills do this thing with this number two cornerback, it's going to be a two-headed monster every week. And hey, you may see Christian Benford not suit up one game. It depends on what they need out of the cornerbacks for that week. So I guess that's going to be done by committee. I don't think that Kyer Elam being inactive is a knock towards him. We'll definitely find out in the weeks to come, and definitely those questions is going to be answered at some point either after the game or first thing tomorrow in reference to Kyer being a healthy scratch. But I'll definitely get down
Okay.
to the bottom of that one.
Was that something that you, or was that like something that was anticipated amongst, people close to the organization?
I didn't hear you faded out on that.
Was that something that was anticipated amongst you or like anyone close to the organization?
I'm just guessing that's what it is. Cam Lewis, he's more of a guy that can play nickel. He can play, on the outside, and he can play safety. So, that's where I'm guessing where the Bills, say that, hey, I thought Kyer would be, a special teams guy. I thought he did play some special teams. So we just have to see. This is definitely something to discuss and to find out what's going on. That your number one pick from last year is inactive this season. So that's definitely raising some eyebrows, and it's definitely going to raise the question to the coaches that that he's only going to have the answer for after tonight's game. So hopefully Christian Benford put on a great performance to the point where no drastic switches have to be made because you got a cornerback in Kyrie Elam who's not suited up right now. So that's going to be a big topic of discussion after tonight's game for sure. In reference to Kyrie being an athlete, being a healthy scratch. So stay tuned.
Yeah, I have to wonder about that. Kai, I mean, Cam Lewis is great. I don't know. I just have to wonder why Kyer would be a healthy scratch amongst everyone. But again, like you said, we'll talk about it later. But as of right now, when you get to the games, I mean, you look at the cornerbacks that we do have, and it'll be Christian Benford, Tre'Davious White starting with, of course, Teron Johnson there in the nickel. Um, they have to take on Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. This is going to be a tough matchup for a
Your audio
secondary
is
that
real bad. Your audio, yeah, your audio is keep going in and out.
hear me now.
Yeah, it's still robotic.
Um, can you hear me now? I'm sorry, guys. Um, all right, I don't want to. I don't want to. You know what I mean. I don't want to mess it up. You just. Oh, they said they hear me. They said they hear me fine. That might be
They
your
hear you
internet.
fine. I can't hear you fine.
Oh, the
They
chat saying they can
I can't hear you fine.
hear me. Yeah, the chat saying it might be your phone. But I can you
My
if you could.
iPhone. All right, let's take the station identification. We'll be right back after these messages.
Okay, all right. So he going to figure that out about it, his internet connection. But just taking a look at this game, I mean, Bills versus Jets. All right, so for me, I've been kind of just the way I see the Jets is kind of all right. I feel like the Jets had something really special that they were building, right? And it kind of reminded me of us, right? When were starting to begin to be a good team, good defense, a young quarterback who had to figure it out with really, really good talent, but ultimately he was, I won't say a liability, but the offense was a liability, and our defense really had to carry us. Um, and you take a look at them. I feel like they kind of force fed their way into trying to be a championship contender with this Aaron Rodgers move. I think that they have to learn how to become winners, and I don't think that they followed the necessary steps to do that. And I feel like this Aaron Rodgers thing is just going to inflate them, and uh, they're going to wash away any potential that they had. And so I take a look at the game tonight, and you had a Jets team that was, I mean, they were all right. They had potential for a bad team, though. Like, they were good for a bad team. Nobody was expecting anything of them. And they lost, the last 6 games. And then Aaron Rodgers, he played for his team, and they weren't doing so much better either. And I heard people talking about if the Jets only had a quarterback, if they only had a quarterback. I mean, I don't know if that's how much that's true, but I don't necessarily think that the Jets are as good as people think they are. If we're being completely honest. Oh, hey, all right, coach is back in the studio. What's up, Coach?
I'm back. I'm back. Can you hear me now? I hear you loud and clear now. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
what was
yeah,
going
yeah.
on.
Yeah, you
No, that's the
clear.
difference between iPhone and Droid. You know what I mean? This is a Droid I'm on now. iPhone. I don't know what's going on with the iPhone. But
It's clear as
now
day. Oh,
on the flip side, in actors for the Jets, you have Israel Abanikanda, running back. You had Irvin Charles, wide receiver. Jason Brownlee, wide receiver. Offensive lineman Max Mitchell. Linebackers Zaire Barnes and Carl Lawson, defensive end, was inactive for the Jets. For tonight's game. So those are your Jets inactive. Kyrie's situation, we'll have to, like I said, see how that pans out. It's not nothing major, I don't think. I think it's just more or less it's going to be one odd corner left out on a week to week as far as the inactives go, and maybe it's just like Kyrie's week. I spoke with Coach Washington and asked him about how deep this D line is, and you know, is there a possibility that some guys may be inactive depending on who they play on a week to week? And he went on and mimicked that that can happen. So it's happening up front on the defensive line at times. I'm quite sure that maybe it's going to happen with the cornerbacks because that is a deep group, and hey, they got to go other ways sometimes to, make those roster moves to keep the right people out there. Depends on the opponent you're facing. So if it's anything more deeper than that, then I'm quite sure that, you'll start hearing reports of Kyrie Elam possibly being moved if that's one of the reasons why he's inactive right now.
okay, so that was where my head went when I heard it. Is that He may be in the process of being moved. That I can conceivably understand. As far as like, is his week to be left out? I mean, is there going to be a week that Tre'Davious White is left out? Like, I don't think so.
No,
So,
that's not going to happen. We
right,
can't. Davis White's never going to be left out.
right.
So,
That's what I kind of feel like. Kyer Elam should be in that same vein almost, or at least that's how he should be looked at.
yeah, I mean, but again, this is the Bills drafting players that's not scheme fits, and I guess just drafting the best available and trying to make it fit. And Kyer Elam is definitely not to blame here. It's just to the point where the Bills are not really, I guess playing him to his strong suits to the point where he's starting right now. So that it's more to digest, into that. But we'll just see. We'll see. That
Yeah,
question is definitely going to be asked. But
yeah.
right now, he's inactive. We're going to find out why.
And don't let us lose, and don't let our secondary get torched, because then it's definitely going to be
Yeah, yeah, hey, then yeah, you already know that's going to be the big topic of discussion. So it's a lot of matchups. Obviously, he's going to be probably have his opportunities to be locked up with either Lazard or Garrett Wilson. So we're definitely going to have to see how that matchup goes and how the Bills are going to counter that on the flip side with their weapons. So
all right.
it's going to be an interesting game tonight.
Speaking of the flip side, Josh taking on his defense, and out here and left and right, back and front, everybody's saying, "Yo, the Jets are going to beat the Bills, and it's the Jets division," and da 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 da. They talk, and then when they say that, they reference last season when the Jets they played pretty well against the Bills, and they pretty much held Josh Allen in check for what you can expect to, hold Josh Allen to. Um, so they believe that the Jets are foregone conclusion winner. So you add a team that beat you once, that almost beat you again, and then you add Aaron Rodgers. They feel like 1 + 1 = 2. How do you feel about Josh Allen's opportunities and his chances versus this defense?
Well, it's just like anybody else on this defense. I mean, they got a good defense, but it's not like they're just gonna just manhandle, this Bills offense. And this Bills offense is slightly better than last year's offense. So okay, yeah. Yeah, they were in dogfights with the Jets twice with mediocre play at quarterback. And a lot of people feel that, oh, they got Aaron Rodgers now that just automatically put the Jets ahead of the Bills. You still have to play the game. Aaron Rodgers again has no timing, no rhythm. He's not in sync, yet with this offense to the point where that's again, it's the hype of it all. It's the hype of Aaron Rodgers being somewhere else other than Green Bay that just puts the Jets on this pedestal because of who Aaron Rodgers is and what he has accomplished as a quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, not a quarterback of the New York Jets. That has remained to be seen. And today will be his first full game in a Jets uniform that count. So, until, I'm going to see, is it hype or is it continuity? Which one is going to outweigh the other? If the Bills are going to fall into the hype of things and let Aaron Rodgers just pick them apart and watching Aaron Rodgers because, oh my God, they're starstruck because it's Aaron Rodgers, then yeah, they're going to be in a long day. But if they just address the situation that him just being a quarterback on the other team and do what they're supposed to do, then, make Aaron Rodgers look like a 39-year-old quarterback. So that's where I'm at with that. We can't look at last year because last year don't count for this year. So we can't look at it. Oh, if they had Aaron Rodgers, what it would have been a different outcome. Okay, well, let's see how much of that outcome is going to happen tonight because Aaron Rodgers is playing in the Jets uniform and he's playing against a Bills defense that's slightly better than last year's. And he's playing against an offense that's slightly better than last year's team, and they got better, linemen up front. So the Bills have definitely, I thought, plugged all the holes that that was issued last season. Only thing, we're going to see the linebackers and how they're going to match up with Dalvin Cook, how Matt Milano is going to fare up with Dalvin Cook out there due to the absence of Tremaine Edmonds. So, will we see Kirksey out there? If we see Kirksey out there, that means he's picked up this playbook, and and that's a good sign that he'll be out there. So again, Bills is ready to take care of things in all facets. They got all bases covered in the event, and again, it's going to be a close game, but I do see the Bills pulling out, victorious this game. I know I said for the hype of things in the beginning of the season, but I'm over it. I'm over the hype, and it's time to knuckle down and play football. And I'm quite sure that the Bills are going to move the ball, and they're going to make plays. Uh, is all about what's going to happen in the trenches. I think the Bills do have an advantage with that. Dwayne Brown and Mekhi Becton versus Greg Rousseau and Leonard Floyd. I'll take the Bills in that regard and according to that matchup. On the inside, Quentin Williams versus Osiris Torrance. That's going to be a great matchup to watch. If Osiris Torrance can hold his own against one of the best defensive tackles in the game, the Bills definitely have a steal and a potentially, an all-pro at rookie in Quentin Williams. So if he can buy Josh some time, then obviously, that's going to, be advantage for the Bills where he can, hold in there for a couple of more seconds longer and find Dalton Kincaid or find Diggs or find Gabe Davis, things like that. Another matchup that everybody's forgetting about is Deontay Hardy. Expect Deontay Hardy to be an impact out there today, in this matchup. The Jets, you know, I think they forgot about this guy. He's going to be an X factor out there. Watch how Deontay Hardy, move and be able to make plays out there today. So, yeah, X factor Deontay Hardy today.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I feel like the Bills have a lot of X factors. We can go Dalton Kincaid, we can go James Cook, um, Gabe Davis. I mean, there's a lot of guys who could just go off at any minute.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with you to your point earlier you made about Aaron Rodgers. You don't really know, what he's done. He hasn't done anything with the Jets. This, you know what I mean? As far as I'm concerned, this is his Raptors uniform. This is when Hakeem Olajuwon went to Toronto. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know what he's gonna do. We'll see. He old, but we'll see. And yeah, I mean, you you think Aaron Rodgers just come and he gonna just have chemistry with all his guys like automatically, and you're gonna discount the chemistry that Josh has had with his guys for the last 3-4 years? I don't understand, but
Right.
whatever. I agree with you. I think the Bills win. Let's get a score prediction real quick before we get out of here, Coach.
Well, again, it's going to be a good game, and Week 1 has always been like that. It's been, as you can see, Week 1. There's been some tough matchups. A lot of teams that we figured that um, would lose. Obviously, they presented problems for the teams out there. Everybody thought that Arizona, would be a pushover. They gave Washington a run for their money. Everybody thought the Rams would be a pushover. They ended up beating Seattle on the road. So it's going to be some good matchups. This game is definitely, for the hype of it, is going to be a good matchup. It's good to see how the Bills are going to respond actually from going back to being the hunter instead of the hunted, because right now it looks like that the Jets have that tag as being the hunted. So the Bills are going back being a hunter. I think they pull out a close one here on the Tyler Bass field goal. Bills 26, Jets 24.
I got it being a little more lopsided. I think Josh Allen is gonna come out motivated as hell because it's the beginning of the season and he's hungry. He's had that hunger in his belly ever since he stepped off the field last season. And I think he's going to put on another primetime show, just like he always does. And I think it's going to be – I told my boy Mark – a score. I'm not going to go quite that. I'm going to say Bills 38-17, Jets.
38-17. They can't hang. Too much tempo for the Bills, and Osiris Torrance is doing this thing versus Big Q. And let's not discount James Cook being running back number 1 now. That's a big difference, too. It's a different running back number 1 other than Devin Singletary, more explosive. And, chunk plays is definitely going to come from James Cook. So you could be true in that facet. It could be 13-17. I won't be mad at it, but, I'm going to give the Jets a little bit more credit. Just to play tough for the hype of it all. And, hey, present a challenge for the Bills a little bit early in the game, but they'll settle down and make plays when needed and pull it out. So, either way, we both picking the Bills. Ready game, everybody.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I really don't care what the score is as long as it results in a Buffalo W. So with that, we predicted the Bills win, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming through. Shout out to BLEAV. Shout out to Power 96.5 WUFO. Shout out to the Buffalo fan base. Buffalo Bills football tonight, baby. Go ahead and send us out.
Season is officially here. The season is officially here. Bills are on a quest for their 4th straight AFC title. Do you believe?
Bet Online is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports contests and events with first-to-market odds and lines. Now, find reviews and news for every league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. Bet Online continues to be the top online resource for all sports information, from live in-game betting props and futures. Head to Bet Online today or use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Now, use our promo code BLEAV50 to receive your 50%. Welcome your bonus on your first deposit. Now, Bet Online is where the game starts.